Hey! Oh, that's a different camera angle. Hello, look at that.
What, me or you?
Well, you. We were hyper focused on you. You were
Really?
You were blown up.
Well, I can't
That
see.
shocked everyone.
I can't see because you haven't moved it across to the other monitor. But
Oh, sorry. Let me move that for
yeah,
you.
just so I can see I'm that vain, Dan.
You have to see yourself. You have to see yourself.
Naturally.
Anyway, you nearly didn't make it today because the car park is... Something's wrong with it.
Yeah, very true. But, I'd crawl through mud and sweat and blood to be here, Dan, to talk movies. But
Yes, stop parking in my muddy patch. It's my muddy patch.
That's true.
Get your own.
Yeah. I mean, but, hey, when my passion is movies...
When your passion is movies, you turn up my garden.
I'd turn up your garden.
Beautiful. Oh, thank you for that, by the way.
Well, anytime.
Well, yeah.
But you know full well that if you knew the movie that we would be talking about tonight going in, I think you'd have been okay with me tearing up your drive.
Absolutely. I mean, here's the thing. Those that get to watch this on a live stream, they know before we announce it.
Yeah,
YouTube gives it away.
This is true.
We need to create a Tommy Tube.
A Tommy Tube.
Tommy Tube.
Our own app. Do you reckon it'd catch on?
Absolutely. I'd download it.
Yeah.
Producer Steve would download it.
That's true. That's two people right there.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's our captive audience.
Well, and also,
Yep.
our big fans who
Big
are probably
fans.
tuning in right now.
They probably. Or they're going to go watch Coronation Street, one of the two.
I think we're better than Coronation Street, don't you?
Yes, but are we better than Emmerdale?
We're better than all the soaps, including Dove.
If you watch us long enough, we become a soap. Right, anyway, enough about that. Enough about
soap.
Enough about soap. We come back to that.
We'll come back to the soap.
We'll come back to the soap. Anyway.
Yeah, we've got to get to talking about the movie, haven't we? Let's be honest.
Oh, yes, I've got some buttons to push as well.
Dan, we are talking about Back to the Future today.
Of course we are.
The 1985 classic that I'm pretty sure most people have seen.
I can't get it on the screen properly. Hang on. There he is!
All right. I thought that was me for a second.
I thought it was you as well. You come in wearing one of those.
I did. Yeah. I'm even wearing the body warmer just to get in the spirit of the film. Because let's be honest, Dan, you hadn't seen this movie until I'd told you to watch it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was already planning to watch it, but I just never did.
No?
The Channel 4 decided to put it on one day, and I'm like, I'll watch that. Love it.
It's a masterpiece, isn't it?
Do you know, I've watched it about 20 times since.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
It's one of those films that just you can't take a scene out of it because everything is perfectly constructed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, technically you can take snippets away, and use them again, which is what they ended up doing. I'm just looking at it now as it's just playing on the preview there. I think this film is absolutely excellent.
I don't know a single person who's seen this film and doesn't like it. It's that good. There's no haters out there on it.
I'm trying to pick it now. I can't pick it apart.
The two sequels only land as generally good films, but no sequel to this series would be able to top the original, let's be honest. I mean, are you controversial? Do you favour Back to the Future Part 2? Or?
Well, I'm definitely within the first two.
You don't like the third one as much as the others?
Not as much, but still a blooming good trilogy.
It's got the same... you can tell it's been made by the same people, can't you?
Yes. And they stopped it at the right moment.
You're right.
Because you know when they've stopped it at the right moment because you want more.
Yep.
You just shouldn't get any more.
That's true. I mean, to be fair, if Back to the Future had just been one film and they didn't make any sequels after this, I do think it would have aged even better than it already has. And it's aged fucking great, by the way.
It has. Even when they go into the future in the next film and they've got Cafe 80s, to keep it authentic,
take me to that.
Genius.
By the way, can you take me to that future instead of this one? Because the 2015 we didn't get hoverboards, we got Segways.
Yeah.
Remember them?
Yeah.
Little chavvy machines.
They had intelligence and they had a Skyway and flying cars. And
I know, yeah.
We could have all of that.
Could have had all that, but no. Yeah, didn't happen.
What did we get instead?
Although, having said that, in the 2015 future in Back to the Future Part 2, Michael Jackson's still alive, so I don't think.
Yeah,
I think the accuracy went out the window. At that point.
but they covered that though with the alternate realities.
Yeah.
Something happened in the meantime, which meant that we got the reality that we got rather than the reality that they showed us in the film.
Yeah.
They
that's true.
covered everything, mate.
Yeah,
You
that's
cannot fault it.
I can fault the sequels, but I cannot fault this first movie. The sheer amount of effort and thought that must have gone into the writing of this film is nothing short of brilliance alone. Time travel films are always difficult to get right, but where films like Terminator and Avengers Endgame may sway, this film swings and hits its aim perfectly. You know, it's
perfect.
It kind of just, like, it doesn't deal with the whole... It makes up its own rules, which is what time travel movies should do.
Yeah.
Time travel, because let's be honest, as far as we're aware, time travel doesn't exist. So, therefore, you can make up your own rules about it when you're making a film that has time travel in it.
If it did, you and I are going back to 2006.
Whew. Should we?
I think we should.
I didn't look good back then, man. I didn't look too great.
I think we should. I'll take a camera. We should definitely go.
Just to see our 10-year-old selves, 11-year-old selves again and be like, don't worry, it gets better.
What would you say to your old self?
Don't worry, it gets better.
That's what you'd say. See, I was quite happy.
Yeah.
I was loving life.
You'd prefer to live back then.
I did.
Yeah.
Life was good.
I did have this
Internet existed. It wasn't great, but it existed.
I did have this chat with someone quite recently, which was if you had the opportunity for your brain for your mind to go back into the body of your younger self. So knowing everything that you know now about life, but going back to maybe being like in the body of your 3-year-old self.
Yeah.
Would you do it?
Absolutely.
But that means you'd have to go through school and everything again, and you'd have to.
Absolutely. See, if I went through school now with the brain that I've got right now, obviously I'd ace it. But I would.
Yeah.
I'd have a great time.
You reckon?
Yeah. Take me back further back than 3 years old. You get to go through the nappy phase again.
Yeah, but although do
Luxury.
remember you would have limited technology then as well. So that's like it's something.
But they still made the best of it.
Well, that's true.
Still managed
I imagine
to make
you'd make the best out of the situation either way.
I'm actually a modern day caveman.
I know that about
I'm
you.
quite resourceful.
This is your cave, by the way.
But you've also got to remember is when I clock off of work, I don't touch anything electrical. I prefer an au naturel approach. That does not mean I walk around naked. It just means that I prefer, like nature walks.
Hugging trees.
Yeah, all the stuff you don't like.
Naturally. Or naturally, should we say.
I should take you out one day to do some tree hugging. Have you ever gone out and done that?
I haven't, no.
I went to Rendlesham Forest and did it.
I'm worried that even they would push me away. Even they'd be like, nah.
No, you all hold hands around a tree and you hug it.
Oh no, I thought you just went around and hugged the tree.
You can do singular, but you can do it in groups.
Oh right.
You can join a tree hugging group. I've gone way too far now.
Yeah,
I'm revealing way too much about my personal life.
We've really diverted here.
Entirely.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Beyond the music, style and language that makes you appreciate both 1985 and 1955, this film also tells a great coming-of-age story for Marty's parents that comes to a joyful climax during the Earth Angel sequence when they play the song Earth Angel when they're having their first dance and then they have to have their first kiss. And
if we're talking music, let's go back to the first 10 seconds of the movie. You know I'm talking about a banger.
Fucking Huey Lewis, man.
Oh, a song is so good.
Huey Lewis and the News, Power of Love is probably in my top 10 favourite songs of all time.
It's a biggie.
And it's not just because of this film, by the way.
No, same here. I knew the song well before I knew it was in this movie.
As
soon as I put it on, I'm like, oh, this is a banger. I just knew it was going to be good.
I would like to add, I do not idolise this film due to childhood nostalgia, as I did not watch this film until I was 21 years old.
Yeah.
But boy, am I glad I did so eventually. It's one of those films I wish I had watched.
Yeah,
same
here.
I wish I'd grown up watching this.
So did I.
But either way, I'm just pleased that I've seen it. And it has a soft spot in my heart. Let me tell you.
Yeah. I mean, okay, it does look a little dated, but
yeah, but
you can forgive that.
That's what I like about it.
It's a charm, isn't it?
Yeah, and like these days, I think like when the parents are aged up at the start, like I think these days they'd use CGI, wouldn't they? Like, instead of prosthetics. But I still think they do a good job with the prosthetics.
I love how they did that.
It was. There was.
I'm sat there like, is that the same actor?
There was an innocence about it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So to close, Dan, this film is my... Now, it's not my third favourite film of all time anymore, but it was when I wrote this.
Okay.
But it is still in my top 10, without question, of all time.
Yep.
It's a product of its time, way ahead of its time, and overall timeless. Did I mention time a bit too much?
You did a little bit.
Yeah, well, there's no doubt about it, Dan. Back to the Future, 5 stars, every day.
Well, it has to be because it's Amazing April.
But do you know many people who haven't seen Back to the Future?
I know a few people that haven't.
Yeah?
And obviously I've just got that full confidence that when they do, they're going to love it.
My girlfriend Ellie, who's probably tuning in as we speak, she hasn't seen it yet. I need to show her Back to the Future.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, she's tuning in with her friend Caitlin as we speak. I don't know if Caitlin's seen it, but I know that Ellie hasn't seen it, so we're going to have to put that to rest.
Look into the camera. Look into the camera.
I am looking at
look into the eyes. Look into the eyes.
look into the eyes. Look into the eyes. But
watch it.
Yeah. Listen to Dan on that one, Ellie. If
Probably the only time I'm ever going to hear you tell anyone to listen to me.
Yeah. But
absolutely.
Usually we clash a lot on our movie taste, don't we, Dan? But this is one film that we can always be unanimous on.
That's another thing that adds to the value of the film, though.
Right.
It's that universal audience.
I'd like to add that Ellie's just messaged me and said she hasn't. So her friend hasn't seen the film either.
What?
No. So
Ellie and Caitlin, get on that.
Right. But, it's just come in that Caitlin's partner, Shaman, has seen it.
Yay!
We're rallying up the numbers here.
Shaman!
It seems like the boys have all seen it. It's just the girls that need to tune into Back to the Future still. That's all.
Do you know what you need to do? You need to go into Cineworld, go see the manager and say, listen here, you.
I need to just
play this.
Rent out. I wanted to know if you could do that. Do you think you can do that? Do you think you can go and...
Some theatres you can. I don't know if they're in the UK, but I know my American friends can do that.
Because I'd love to do that.
It's not cheap.
I imagine it's not cheap. No.
I've already planned it. Because the projector, there's a removable bit of perspex.
I'm very sorry.
Take the perspex off, run a cable, you can play your PlayStation in there.
I'm very sorry, but I just need to say... that Ellie has just messaged me to say that Caitlin and Shaman's little boy, who I believe he's under 3 months old.
Right.
She's just messaged to say that he hasn't seen the film either. I mean, at 3 months old or under, I'm pretty sure we can let it slide, right?
For now, stick to Bluey, but when he hits 1... Because kids of that age, they need colour, don't they?
That's true, yeah.
I read the other day, Bluey is very good for your dogs to watch because the colours are distinctive enough for your dog to enjoy the programme.
Oh, right, okay. So the demographic is dogs and
dogs and little kids.
And children.
Do you know, why not?
Fair enough.
I think it's quite an adorable audience. Okay, there you go.
Fair enough.
Anyway, moving on.
But Dan, what would you give Back to the Future?
I'm giving it a 5.
Yeah.
I don't even need to think about that.
I would throw you out that window if you gave anything less, because obviously, it's a perfect film, isn't it?
By the way, the gardener people have asked that you stop doing that. I'm leaving a bit of a skid patch.
Yeah.
On the grass. Yeah.
We need to start putting cushions down there for you, don't we?
Just put a mattress down there. Fire department will think, well, there's no fire. What's going on here?
Fair enough.
Well, Back to the Future is an absolute 5-star belter. I would offer to lend you the Blu-ray to show your girlfriend, but obviously
I've already got it.
I'm
way ahead of the curve.
You've already got it.
Always.
And you've got number 2 and 3.
Yeah, but look,
you don't need me.
Whenever I show someone Back to the Future, I always say, now we can watch 2 and 3 if you want. But but it is kind of unanimous that they're not as good as the first one.
Yeah, I do disagree though. I still put number 2 as a 5-star and number 3 as a 4-star. Those are my ratings on them. I love them.
They are good.
They're a great
I'll admit
trilogy.
it forges a trilogy very well.
But if you wanted to borrow a projector and get 103 inches of your wall consumed by this movie, I can help you there.
I'm pretty sure you can.
You've been there. You've seen me do it, so you know I can. And it's a great watch.
Yeah.
And I love how in the modern day, I don't know if you've noticed this, they have converted it to HD.
Yes.
And it doesn't look bad.
Yeah.
And that's rare in itself.
Very, very true.
So the little things that are really making me happy with
I even have the soundtrack for this film on vinyl.
You do?
Yeah,
yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
yes, of course you do.
Which is, absolute belter after belter after belter. And
then you have to flip it over to carry on with more belters.
Yeah, but it just sounds better, like vinyl. You can't beat vinyl. CD's got jack shit on vinyl as far as I'm concerned. I'm pretty sure you agree deep down.
Of course I agree.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you have quite the.
I'm
CD.
wearing Beats by Dre. Of course, I care about the sound quality.
You have quite a CD collection, mind, but vinyls are vinyls at the end of the day.
I mean, I do have a vinyl collection. You just rest your feet on it.
That's true. It's right here in this box. I know.
Boxes. Multiple boxes,
including Avril Lavigne, who
I've got the pink one. I got the pink vinyl. The actual vinyl is bright pink.
Mate, that is a collector's item.
Of course, it's a collector's item, so I've got it. You pillock. Right. Well, that's it. I think from us today. Let's let these good people go away and watch Back to the Future. And well, of course, we have a few more weeks left. But we are going to be one missing. 2 weeks. 2 weeks today exactly. I age.
You do.
Into a whole new decade of category.
Which is why I need to make sure I choose the right reviews.
Hey, there's a 5-star film I'm thinking of. You could easily put in there, but you don't think it's 5 stars. So.
I've got some other ideas in mind, Dan. Don't worry. I'll think of something that we can...
Nickelodeon have a good collection.
Drake and Josh, the movie. No.
I think they actually do have a movie.
They did The Big Shrimp. I remember watching it.
I was going to say they had a movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's fine. The 5-star movies will come.
They will continue.
They will. I think you've already fired off the best ones. I don't know how you're going to top it, but at least you've only got to worry about 1 week and not 2.
I like the challenge. Bring it on.
Well, there you go. Right, anyway, you lot out there, you know what to do. Tommy, tell them.
Yeah, you can follow us on Letterboxd if you would just want to hear us ramble or read us rambling. Well, my rambling, not yours so much. Cause...
Hear and watch rambling, yeah.
Yep. You need to...
Did you know these things are subtitled?
Well, that's very great, good news to hear, Dan, because...
I don't subtitle them. I don't know who does it.
All right. What, in English or... Let's not go into that.
It is in English, yeah. I reckon his name's probably John. He just sets that up.
But no, yeah, you guys can follow us on Letterboxd. You can read our reviews, well, my reviews, because Dan still hasn't read. You don't read my reviews.
My reviews are gold. I don't need to read them. You read them to me.
Yeah, but like, you know...
It's like a bedtime story.
You give me a like, at least, you know? A little like here and there. This is when I go back and find my review later, and then you're like, oh, you just spam with...
I'm just going to go on there and like all of them, yeah. Apart from Space Jam.
Larkins 95, Dan Moore Radio. You can find us on Letterboxd if you happen to have the app.
And here on YouTube, this is my line.
This is yours.
My line.
This is mine. Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, all that jazz here on the YouTube channel. And of course, you can go back to see all of our previous lives as well, because they get recorded.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Do that.
I wish I would have known knowing that.
Yep. Knowing me, knowing you.
There you go. So if I say something on here, you can actually prove that I said it.
Yep.
Great. Right, well, that's it from us. You take care of yourselves. Have a great week ahead. And we will be back next week as we top off Amazing April with another 5 stars.
Or are we doing 2?
That's up to you.
Okay, yeah.
You're the writer, I'm the director. How's that?
I'll leave that to decide for next week.
All right, till then, ciao.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.